There is breaking news coming in. Russian President Vladimir Putin will be visiting India on the 4th of December. That has now been confirmed. The president will be in India on a 2-day visit, according to the readout, which says that on the invitation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Vladimir Putin will pay a state visit to India from the 4th to 5th of December. Vishnu Som now joining me live. Vishnu, finally a date for the Russian president to be in India. What should we expect over those 2 days?
Well, it's a very important visit. Remember, Russia is a special and privileged strategic partner with India. We do expect a gamut of talks on a host of talks on several issues. Defense will certainly be something both sides will be looking at. India already looking at the possibility of acquiring more Russian S-400 surface-to-air missile systems. This is done extraordinarily well during Ops Sindoor. There is talk of India looking at the possibility of made in India Russian stealth fighters, but these are talks at a fairly preliminary stage. So whether there is actual progress in this or not, we're going to have to wait and see. India has been one of the largest importers of Russian oil. Till recently, we were perhaps the largest apart from China in the import of Russian oil, despite the sanctions from the United States. However, America has applied more sanctions this time to Russian oil entities, as a result of which the amount of crude that India has been importing from Russia has gone down. The sense is that perhaps once the war in Ukraine ends, assuming it ends very soon, then India would go back to importing Russian oil once again, should it suit our requirements. There is an urgent need to step up the overall trade relationship between the two sides. And I think the support that Russia lends India at so many levels remains a benchmark or critical to the overall strategic sort of interests of New Delhi. So President Putin coming over here, widely expected. There have been a couple of meetings taking place prior to this, which have really set up this visit and its broad contours. He's going to be here for 2 days.
Watching closely. Vishnu, if you can hear me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My question is, this is a visit that the US will be monitoring and watching closely.
Well, it's not an unusual visit at all. Our Prime Minister travels to Russia. Their President comes over here. It's something which they do. On one occasion, our leader goes there. On one occasion, their leader comes here. So it's not anything that's out of the ordinary. America is fully aware of the close relationship that we have with Russia. We are entirely, independent in our foreign policy. The word non-aligned is no longer fashionable, but that's just the way it is. We maintain excellent relations with America, but certainly excellent relations with Russia as well. The bedrock of India's armed forces, let's face it, continues to be of Russian origin, and that's something that's not going to go away at all.
Ukraine also will feature in talks. Just take us through what are the key deliverables or issues that will be on the table during the discussions?
Well, as I mentioned, the defense relationship is something that's important. They've not spelled out what the deliverables or the expected deliverables are at this stage. There are all sorts of projects where the Russian civilian aircraft will be made. The Sukhoi Superjet will be manufactured over here in India. That's one possibility. There are talks on that. Whether India will formalize the potential procurement of more S-400 surface-to-air missile systems, that's again something that both sides are looking at. The manufacture of Su-57 stealth fighters here in India, whether or not the Indian Air Force wants to go ahead with that is something we're going to have to wait and see. The economics of that multi-billion-dollar deal, should it happen, is something that needs to be worked out as well. So these are a couple of important issues. But to answer your question on Ukraine, India has a stake in peace in that entire region. Remember, thousands of Indian students were the first to be impacted when the war started taking place over there. Prime Minister Modi has made a strong statement for peace on several occasions. I was with the Prime Minister's delegation. I was tracking the Prime Minister's delegation when he visited Kiev last year, and I was closely monitoring what took place when Prime Minister Modi met President Putin in Russia. The message very clear that India supports any venture for peace, any effort for peace. It has to be a diplomatic solution to what is a protracted crisis which has resulted in the loss of tens of thousands of lives.
All right.